So this is the regular spiel that I would give in a morning briefing. So you're at the centre and the other agencies and service providers have a group meeting in the morning. Usually the council person who's running the coordinator of the centre runs the meeting, and they just want to hear from everybody about what we're doing. So it's a really good chance for us to let the other service providers know what we're doing. So hopefully get some referrals. So I just say, hi everyone, my name's Julie. I'm from the Wagga Office of Legal Aid. Thanks very much for inviting us to be here. The really important service that Legal Aid is providing to people who've been affected by this disaster is free legal advice and assistance about your rights, usually to do with insurance claims. So it's really important if you see anybody whose house has been damaged or destroyed that you get them to see us as well. We can give them all the advice they need before they make their claim so that they feel like they know everything they need to know. Often when I talk to people, they don't think that they need a lawyer, and so they can be a bit standoffish. But when I tell them about what their rights are and what to expect, I just see their shoulders fall and a bit of relief and a bit of power over the situation again. So that's what we're really keen to see people about. So anybody that you see, if they've got a house that's been damaged or destroyed and they haven't seen us yet, just send them over, free advice, and we'll tell them what they need to know. We can also do any other legal issues that they've got, if they're tenants or their job's affected or they've got loans or anything else like that. But usually we see people about insurance claims. We tell them everything they need to know so that they can insist on getting a full payout. So this next part is the sort of regular spiel I would give at a community meeting. You've really got to read the room and you are on the side of the people in the room. So you need to put that across and let them know that. But the most important thing to remember is they're really overwhelmed, they're really distressed, often they're really angry. They're not angry at you, don't worry about it, but they're only going to absorb a little bit of the message. So it's really important to keep it clean and plain and simple so that they can think, oh, that's somebody that I need to talk to. So generally it goes a bit like this. Hi everyone, my name's Julie. I'm from the Wagga Office of Legal Aid, and we've come up here to help people out with what your legal rights are after you've been affected by a disaster. Usually it's got to do with your insurance claims, and we can give you all the information you need to know about what your rights are, what the process is, what you can expect, what the assessor's going to do at your house, all of those things that you might not know. And it's totally fine that you won't know that. Often people go their whole lives without ever having to make an insurance claim, and then something like this happens and it can be pretty overwhelming and daunting and scary. But don't worry, we've got experts in insurance law. Everyone needs a hobby. This is ours. We're here to help you, and we know just as much about the insurance law as the insurance companies do, but we're on your side. So we can give you some tips about what you can look out for, how to make sure that you're getting paid everything that you're entitled to get paid. Now with something this big and this bad, there's going to be lots and lots of claims, and the insurance companies are going to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and there's just so many claims. So we can help you look out for whether they've made a mistake with your claim or whether they haven't paid you everything that you're entitled to be paid, and we can give you some advice about what you should do next. We're totally free. The advice that we give you is free. The assistance we give you is free. We can give you some tips on how to resolve disputes with the insurance company. If they knock back your claim or any part of your claim, that's not the end of the story. There's other things you can do. So just make sure if you've got an insurance claim, if you haven't started it yet or you're partway through it, just have a chat to us and we can just tell you a couple of tips to look out for through the process. I usually just focus on, it's not the end of the story if they say no. There's other things that you can do. And we're not talking about getting more money than you're entitled to. We're just talking about getting what you're entitled to from paying your premium all these years, what you should be paid, what you're covered for. You don't have to worry if you don't know what you're covered for. We've got really smart lawyers who can have a look through your policy and check what you're covered for and make sure that you get paid that. And you don't even have to worry if you don't know what your policy is or who your insurer is or any of that. We can help you figure that out. Just make sure you come and talk to us.
Would you ever then talk about other legal issues?
It depends on the room. I would try to keep it really brief. depending on the circumstances, I might raise the specific issue of temporary accommodation. If we are worried that people aren't using temporary accommodation that costs money because they think that they won't be covered for it. We've seen that in some disasters in the past where insurance companies have given the wrong message to people. We would say temporary accommodation is usually an additional benefit on top of what you're covered for. If you've been told something different by your insurance company or you're not sure if you've covered, get one of our lawyers to have a look for you. It's all free advice. We'll just check and then you know what you can afford and what you can do next.
So people watching this may not be insurance specialists. They might be specialising in something else in law.
Yeah.
What would you say to those people standing up and doing this?
First of all, thank you so much for going to recovery centres. This is such important work that we do. And you don't have to be the expert because we've got the experts in head office and throughout the regions, we've got a lot of experts. You just need to do this training so you know what issues to look out for. You need to let the clients tell you their stories and make that connection with them, and then we will follow up with them and we'll get the experts to help them.